Let's start with your reading, Leo. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future. And then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay, well, the message seems to be pretty clear right away with judgment, justice, and the Queen of Swords. There is definitely something that you want to get off your chest, something that you want to see some justice around. And potentially, this is the time in which you're going to be able to receive this outcome finally. Now, the main energy for the reading, as you can see, is the Hermit reversed. Overall, here, what I see is a message that says it's time to stop overthinking about this situation and time instead to take action with the Ace of Wands. There is something right here that might be making you feel stuck and indecisive overall. Something that you want to say, that you want to do, or something that you want to hear from the other person, but you are afraid of initiating anything here for fear of being too transparent and showing too much, perhaps. The Hermit reversed invites you to get out of your head and move forward, understanding that if you lose someone just because of the fact that you're speaking your mind, then maybe that person wasn't worth fighting for in the first place. So, let's see what this message is about. In the recent past, we have the Knight of Swords and Judgment. The Judgment card is indicating that at some point in the past, you went through some sort of awakening, seeing things in a way that you've never seen them before. Right here, it's as if you have just woken up from the perfect dream. At some point, you might have been forced to see things for what they really were. No room for misunderstandings, no room for different interpretations. And that's potentially where things started to become very uncomfortable and where you decided that you had to run away. You had to get away from this. And you know that this was a turning point, a point of no return. We'll come back to this to see what else happened back then that you should know about today. In the present, we have Justice and the Seven of Cups. Currently, Leo, I see you still very confused overall. And the main thing that is confusing you now is your own feelings. It's your own heart. It's such a weird feeling to still be connected to someone, maybe even still be in love with someone without a reason to, and actually with a lot of reasons not to. Feeling that bond after someone kept proving to you that you deserve much better, it can be very confusing overall. We'll come back to this to see what else you should know about the current situation and how to unblock this energy, which definitely needs to be unblocked. In the near future, Queen of Swords and Ace of Wands. Now things are getting interesting. There is some sort of spark coming up here with the Ace of Wands. Something that maybe you were not expecting to happen and that might bring some level of passion into your life. So far, I see it as good news, bad news. We'll have to clarify, but considering where you're coming from and considering the overall confusion surrounding the whole situation, the best solution at this point might be to take a pause, evaluate the situation from a more logical standpoint, instead of letting the spark ignite this beautiful fire in you that perhaps in the past ended up placing you in an uncomfortable position. But I see that right here, you're getting ready to handle this in the best way possible. So hang in there. We'll see what this is going to be about. So let's start clarifying and let's begin with your recent past. Wow, you start with the Tower, the Shore, the Wanderer, and the Dreamer right here with the Ace of Swords. See that information that you cannot ignore anymore, the truth that you cannot ignore anymore. I definitely see that awakening in a situation that you believed in very much. I mean, the Shore or the Tower and the Ace of Swords, this is clearly something that cannot be put aside. There were a lot of expectations when it came to this, but I feel that at some point you felt ready or forced to confront the situation head on. And potentially you started asking questions that went straight to the point, giving an out to the other person, but hoping at the same time that the situation would have not fallen apart completely. That was definitely not what you were aiming for. You were hoping for this person to know how to answer those questions, how to make you feel safe, safe and protected in a way. At some point here, you told yourself, if I have to walk away from this, then I'll walk away. But I cannot just stick around and live in a lie anymore. I am done with that. And we see here with the Dreamer that you definitely wanted to believe in this. This was something very important to you, but at some point you have to wake up from that dream. This was a time in which you realized that sometimes the reality of things can be very underwhelming. Realize that sometimes we want to dream something, believe in something that maybe it's not there. And we see with the Wanderer that at some point you just say, you know what am I going to do next? What should I do next? I'm not going to just sit here and watch my life fall apart. So let's see where this is taking you today, Leo. Let's clarify the current energies. Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. What? First of all, it seems as though you're not fully being honest to yourself, Leo. Right here, you wear. Right here, you go in and out of it, if that makes sense. And let me explain that better. Not sure what does this concern, but overall this energy, the energy of someone who is deceiving themselves and who is trying to convince themselves of something that is not true, is definitely still here from time to time. You might be telling yourself that you want to just have fun right now. Three of Cups, not a worry, just going out, meeting people and saying yes to everything. As long as it distracts you perhaps from what you are leaving behind. That could be an issue, definitely. Right here, you might be telling yourself you just want to have fun, whereas instead, you're ready to put down roots with this Ten of Pentacles right here. You're ready to fall in love. You might be telling yourself that you don't care about that previous person. And at times, maybe you look at their pictures. The truth is that if you were to be 100% honest to yourself, when looking back into the past, you would realize that perhaps the situation was never as perfect as you once thought it was. It's now time to acknowledge those issues without seeing things with the rose-tinted glasses anymore, and without putting up with behaviors and dynamics that are not a reflection of your expectations. I see with the Ten of Wands that you still carry this baggage with you, whether you admit it or not, Leo. This is something that from time to time you feel, and other times instead you try to ignore. So right here, I see that if you start looking at the situation for what it really was, it's going to help you a lot. Wasn't there this constant background of feeling of struggle up here? As if maybe the two of you were never fully able to be on the same page or never able to fully communicate well. It seems that the situation felt perfect because you wanted it to be. But don't make that same mistake twice. You owe it to yourself. You owe to yourself the truth. And right here, I do believe that that's where you're moving towards. So let's see what's coming up in the near future. Okay. So right here we have the Geomancer or the Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles in the Peacock or the Empress. A possibility for a quick flame and a moment of passion is definitely arising here in the future. It's definitely here. But before you let this in, you should define for yourself what it is that you really want and what it is that you don't want, Leo. Don't tell yourself that this is just fun, because we both know that your heart is in the situation. The truth is that you need someone mature, someone who is able to take that love they have for you and transform it into something more concrete. Plan around it, nurture it with this Queen of Pentacles Geomancer right here. It's important for you to find that type of person. Don't settle for the ones that are not able to give you this just because you tell yourself, I just want to have fun, I don't care. Now, I do see here someone who is intensely thinking about you a lot, more than you might imagine. They have been wanting to take action, and they will take action over here with the Ace of Wands. So far, Leo, what we've seen is that the most important thing you should do right now is define your own expectations. Sticking to your guns and be honest to yourself first, especially considering the incoming energy, which will challenge that mental control and long-term planning as well. It's clear that you have a lot coming your way. So let's keep going with the reading to see what this is going to be. Let's also flip the reading to read into this other person's energy. Let's try to find out if there is anything you should be aware about before you even consider the possibility to look into this. Let's also see what else is coming your way in the next few months and how your journey is bound to evolve next. If you want to dive deeper into the messages with me, Leo, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning and Wednesday morning now to confirm. I pick 2 days so that I can select more people. Please make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Leo. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events. The King of Swords. I mean, right here you have this power couple, and I do believe that we see two things. The first one is someone stepping up to the plate, matching your energy, understanding that there are no more games to play, and mainly because you're not playing. You're not allowing them to play anymore. You're not there. You're just ignoring this, leaving, and not taking part into these mind games that really exhausted you. Also, what we see right here is that you clearly have the situation under control. I feel that most of you are not just going to shock the other person, but you're also going to shock yourself. This combination here talks about someone who can really communicate. You know, those times where we want to say something. We want to say something so badly, and when we are in front of the other person, we can't. And then as soon as we leave, we're like, oh, I wish I said that. I wish I told them that. I would feel so much better right now. Well, right here, you're not going to have that issue. And also, it's clear that you're not going to put up with people's BS anymore, with their drama, with their indecision as well. You want this? Then you'd better fight for it. And so I see this change in approach, which will change the outcome as well. Now, let's see what this King of Swords is going to be about, who this King of Swords might be, and how they're coming in. Let's, as we were saying, flip the reading and let's read into this incoming energy. Oh my God, look at this. All right, we do see a completely different situation in between what we have to the left side and to the right side. Now, yeah, left and right. At least for me. I don't know from you on the other side of the camera. Right here, we see someone and how they were in the past up to this point. Seven of Cups again. But right here, we see the new energy they're coming in with. And right now, we're not just going to read into the difference, but also we will try to understand if this is temporary or if this is meant to last. First of all,